So with the Rugby Championship 2022 competition coming to a close, the Springboks, they are the first of the four sides to announce their lineup for the upcoming final round. But in this video, we will be going through that starting lineup and reserves. A couple changes here for the Springboks due to injury and also a couple players getting added back in after quite some time away. But we will jump straight into it. Number 1, Stephen Kitsoff. Number 2, Malcolm Marx. And number 3, Frans Malherbe. So the same front row as the Springboks did go with last week up against the Pumas. It was effective early. Malcolm Marx, very accurate line out throw. Also some big shoves coming from Kitsoff and Frans Malherbe at the scrum time. So I believe that is why those three have been kept in the front row. Then the locks unchanged from last week. It will be Eben Etzebeth at number 4. And then at number 5, they have got Ludiacha. Those two were dangerous at times throughout that contest. I believe it could be the same once again in this one. Then looking through at the loose forward trio, just the one change out of the 3. It is going to be Physicality at number 6. He is still the skipper and he will still be hoping to continue his great form in the Rugby Championship competition. Number 7, a player we haven't seen for a couple weeks, replacing Franco Mostert. That is Peter Steph de Toy. So I'm interested to see how match fit he is after a few weeks out of the Rugby Championship. And then at number 8 will once again be Jasper Wiese, a very dangerous runner of the ball. Also in the breakdown, can be extremely dangerous for the box. And he does close out pretty impressive looking for back for the Springboks. But now we look through at the back line. They are going to be as follows. Number 9, Jaden Hendrickse keeps his spot as the halfback. He did play very well in the last match up against the Pumas. Also scored himself a try throughout that contest. And in fact, he almost got the second when it was given as the penalty try. So he keeps the spot in the starting lineup. Now a man who wasn't going to be keeping that spot in the starting lineup is Damian Valimza. Unfortunately, getting concussed during that last match. So he was not going to be available. And instead, it will be Frans Steyn at number 10. Pretty much the only real option they could go with as their number 10. Just because of injuries, players being sent home, even though this game is in South Africa, is still not quite allowed to get Elton Yankees in there just yet. So Frans Steyn does get himself the nod for the fly half. Now looking through at the rest of the backline, number 11, it is Makazole Mapimpi, who'll certainly be searching for that ball a little bit more in this second test match. In the first, we saw 2 running meters from Makazole Mapimpi, so certainly not as many as we do normally see from Mapimpi. He's a dangerous runner of the ball. He could easily have 100 meters carried throughout this game as long as that back line is working coherently. Can get him the ball more efficiently. Now looking through at the centres, unchanged from last week, will be Damien Dialende at number 12, and then number 13 is Jesse Creel out on the other wing. Canon Moody keeps his spot at right wing, and then at number 15 to close out the starting lineup, it will be Willie le Roux. A lot of experience there for the Springboks. Now I'm curious to see how the veterans in Frans Steyn and Willie le Roux do link up at 10 and 15, but that is the starting lineup. Now we look through at the reserves, and they are going to be as follows. Number 16, Bongi Umbanambi makes his way back into the reserves bench. He has been missing for the last few weeks due to a training injury that he did sustain. I believe it was during a second week training of the Rugby Championship when they were going head to head with the All Blacks, so it's great to see him back. And because of it, it does mean that Dion Fourie and also Joseph Dweba both miss out. Looking through at the props, it will be number 17, Ox Nasher, and then number 18, Vincent Cox. So he makes his way back into the Springboks side. Number 19, Franco Mostert. Number 20, Dwayne Vermeulen. And then number 21, it is Quaha Smith. So they have got the option of 3 loose forwards if they decided to do so. Or they could go Franco Mostert, perhaps slotting in at one of those lock jerseys if it is required. But the thing is, the Springboks, they're going back to their roots here. A 6-2 split. It's been quite some time since we have seen that in effect for the Boks, and I think it's because they know they need a bonus point win in this contest. They know they've got to go out there, put it all on the line, and finish stronger than they did in that first match up against the Pumas. And this side certainly got the potential of being able to do so, definitely with the game taking place in South Africa. But the 2 back replacements will be number 22, Faf de Klerk, and then number 23 to close out the side. This man had a very good debut up until about the 70th minute when he did get his red card and did get a 4-week ban. That is Kurtley Arunsa, and he is going to be back now, rearing to go for the Boks. He's at the 1 cap, similar to Canon Moody, both jockeying for that number 14 spot currently. And also now with Sebo Nkosi added into the mix, will make it just that little bit more challenging to get minutes. But these two, both very young, both very talented. I cannot wait see what they are able to do. But nonetheless, That is the starting lineup and reserves for the Springboks. This game, it is going to be taking place at 4:05 AM New Zealand time on the Sunday morning, and by that stage we will know who won the game between New Zealand and Australia, and we'll know exactly how many points the Boks may need to win by to get their hands on the Rugby Championship. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one.